Welcome to You Name It, the Memorial Day edition.
Hola, Jerry.
Hey, so it's not Memorial Day yet, but this is Memorial Weekend. Now let's remember, it's not about getting drunk and hanging out with people. It's about the soldiers.
Oh, that's right. I'm going to have a bunch of dead soldiers in front of me by the end of this weekend, and they're going to be called Yingling.
Well, aren't you the patriotic one?
America!
Yeah.
Well, it is America's oldest brewery since 1829.
I don't think that counts.
It's a tradition. It's got an eagle on the front.
I don't think any of that counts. I don't think
does.
you can associate what kind of beer you're drinking with Memorial Weekend.
I'm going to do it.
But you just posted the Murica Cup on our page
America.
with the American flag made out of machine guns. And and now you just glossed right over Memorial Day to talk about dead soldiers being beer.
Yingling.
Well, that's Davin, folks. That's what he does.
So how you been, Jerry?
I'm good. It's almost like I didn't even see you today.
Oh, I know. You didn't really. You were studying, and I was working on some stuff in the back of the shop.
Yeah. Yes, you were. Hey, let's start it off with a plug for our friend and former guest. He'll be a guest again someday, I'm guessing. Bill Hunt has a new product out called Tiny Presidential Hands.
Tiny president. Oh.
So he's trying. They make jokes about Donald Trump saying that he's got little tiny hands, and it pisses him off. So what Bill did was he created these little tiny hands, like little doll-sized hands, with big giant sleeves on them that you can stick your own hands into, so you can give yourself little tiny Donald Trump hands. He's not allowed to use the word Trump in the packaging, but he can say it on the outside. So if anybody wants to make fun of Donald Trump's tiny hands, I'll link it on our Facebook page.
He should include as a promotional item a Trump wig as well.
You could have the wig and the little tiny hands.
Exactly.
Now, we don't get political here on the show.
No, I hate
not often
politics.
at all. But I don't think it's very political to say that I think that Trump is kind of a buffoon, and I think that we're basically getting fucked this season because there's nobody good to choose from, and we even have Trump, who's just a caricature he's just a cartoon. He's not even a real person. I'm good at everything. I got the best people. I'm great. I use the best words. And we're dealing with this guy running for president who's just, we know he's not the politician. That's what people like about him. That he's not your standard politician.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a freaking idiot. You know? Just the way he talks and everything. I'm sure there's people who love Trump, so I don't want to get him too pissed off. But for me, it's got nothing to do with politics. It only has to do with this guy. I can't see us treating this guy as a president when he's such a cartoon. So
I have to agree with you there, but I don't like the alternative either.
no, I think that what I'm going to end up doing is probably going with the Libertarian Party.
I'm going to vote none of the above and hope Brewster is still running.
Who? Rooster?
Brewster. Remember Brewster's Millions?
No, I don't remember that.
You don't remember that movie?
Nope.
It was Richard Pryor, and his great-uncle Rupert died and left him all kinds of money. But the whole deal was he had to spend like $27 million in a month, something ridiculous like that. I don't remember what the dollar amount was. But he had to spend all these millions, and if he could do it by the end of the month and end the month without, or the year, or whatever it was, without a penny to his name, then he would get the grand prize of the, 180 billion or whatever the hell it was. Yeah. So he ran for president on the platform of none of the above.
What a flawed plot that whole thing is. You know how easy it would be to spend $27 million? It would be easy. It would be hard not to spend that much money, I think. And they probably tried to go through all this stuff where he's making these ridiculous purchases and like, oh no, that's too big. That's a bad purchase. It's just not working. I'm not spending enough.
He can't have any assets at the end of it. Is what it's all about. So he rented everything.
Oh,
so
you have to explain the no assets, because I was going to say all you got to do is go to the stock market and buy stock. You can spend $27 million in stock in one day.
Yep, and then he bought a baseball team, like a minor league baseball team, and then hired the Yankees to play him, and then flew his entire team in on helicopters, that type of thing.
Well, Brewster's Millions must be a fantastic movie.
It's all bullshit, Jerry.
I know, because that makes sense. You can get more money if you can spend this much. Yeah. And there must be some sort of way for them to explain all that, but to me it just sounds as stupid as Donald Trump's words.
Well, if he ends up getting in, I'm investing in 32-foot ladders if he's going to build a 30-foot wall.
It's a good idea, but they're going to have to be Mexican ladders.
Well, when they're building the wall, he's going to have them do the American side first and then put the ladder on the other side, have them climb to that side, and then he's going to pull the ladder back.
he's gonna pull a trick on him. Here, climb over this wall and climb down into Mexico, and then he pushes the ladder down to the ground. Or something.
That way he doesn't have to deport him.
But I can tell you, I'm not going to vote for Hillary. I'm sick of Clinton's. I don't think Bernie's going to get nominated anyway because she's a Clinton. So we're going to be stuck with Clinton or Trump, and I'm just going to go with the third party.
Well, I think Bill Hunt's idea will work, though. He will make some money off of that.
You think his deal will work?
Yeah. I don't know how much it's going to cost him to produce them or how much he's going to package them for, but he'll get some idiots to buy it.
Well, he's got Kickstarter, so really it's fairly risk-free in a way. He's already spent a bunch of money because he's got the thing. He's got a design patent on it. And he's also copyrighted the name, and then he's also has a copyright on, and I don't know if this is the right phrase, something like tiny Bulgarian fingers or short Bulgarian fingers, because that was what Trump was called first, a man with short Bulgarian fingers or something. So he's got a copyright on that now, which is hilarious to me.
Okay, now if anyone contributes to his Kickstarter campaign, do they get a set of these little Trump hands?
Yeah, he's got like a donation level, if you want to support him. He's got a level to where you get a set of them, and he's also got a level to where you get your name on the box if you donate enough.
Oh,
maybe people would want that. They'd want to have their name.
Is he going to write it in a Sharpie?
Yeah, it's probably for people who want to make sure that Donald Trump knows that they were part of it. Like for a personalized kick in the face,
It's like those people that buy stars. I'm going to buy a star and name it after you. Oh, it's so romantic. Fuck you. Then you got to get a goddamn $300 telescope to fucking see the goddamn thing.
Yeah, hopefully be able to find it and barely see the star that is named, because nobody actually owns them. There's probably 60 different companies selling the star names. Stupid. Like pieces of the moon. Remember they were doing that? You can buy a square foot of land on the moon. Yeah, from who? No one owns it. Dumb. Not like one guy bought the moon and can sell it. It's just fake.
Well, the Earth is flat, Jerry. You know that.
I heard that from our friend Brad Trent's Facebook timeline.
It's amazing that people actually believe the Earth is flat. In this,
I fell off the other day. Yeah, I was trying to get to the bathroom at the shop, and I fell right off the edge of the earth.
Oh, I've been to Ohio, like certain parts of Ohio, and you can see the edge from there.
Sorry, Corey. Sorry that you live at the edge of the world.
And Corey, thank you for finally getting me my Yingling. I'm trying to make them a sponsor.
We're having a get-together in August, and I wonder if I should ask Corey if he can drag a keg back from Ohio of Yingling.
That would work. A lot of people don't like keg beer, though.
I know. That's the hassle with it.
Well, and the whole thing is Yingling is inexpensive. We can't get it here. It's like around $1 a bottle if you buy cases of it. How many people are you having at your party?
I don't know. I'm not throwing it. Mallory is.
Okay. Well, if you invite me, I want a case to myself, and I will spend the night.
You're saying that I have to provide you with a case of beer and a bed?
Yes, I am.
Are you that entertaining?
Okay, then I won't come to your stupid party, Jerry.
You are already invited to the party. I invited you yesterday. Or was that today? I can't remember what days.
It wasn't
Things
today
happen.
because I was rough today.
Yeah. Well, here we are. We're doing the show. And we've got lots and lots of topics for everybody.
Okay,
Let's say...
what do you got? Go
Hola,
for it.
hola, Chad.
Hola, Chad. How are you?
He's been saying hola to me every time he sees me now, thanks to you. What do I have? I did Memorial Day. I did the little Trump hands for Bill, and we'll link that.
Oh, should we do the new Bluetooth device?
No, you want to save that for our guest.
Okay.
Because we're going to have a guest by the name of LaShonda Raisin. I think that's her first name, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's an expert in that area.
Okay,
We'll have to find out.
I'll spring that one on her. She'll love it.
Yeah, so that'll be something for the listeners to look forward to because it's not your common topic. It's very out there. But enough with that. Enough teasing. Do you have any updates on the Glow Bowl? People, for people who are just tuning in, Glow Bowl is a toilet bowl light. Changes colors, and it's activated by motion, so you walk into your bathroom and it starts glowing. And it's awesome, and I have one because Davin bought one.
It is still working. It's still going strong, so...
Yep, mine too. No problems with the batteries, no indication that it's out. It's been a couple weeks now, I think. So far it's good.
I'm grabbing another beer. Got it right
Yep.
here. Just cracked
Yingling?
it. Yep. And I called you right after the ice cream man passed, so I didn't have to yell out ice cream man to you. Because I'm sitting in my garage. Finally got the one wall done. That's looking good. Made it out of pallets. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Got to explain this stuff to the people who don't know what you're talking about. Davin's took a bunch of pallet planks off of your standard wooden pallets and have jazzed them all up. What, you stained them and sanded them? Is that what you did?
Sanded them, stained them.
Yeah. And then paneled his garage walls with it, which is a great idea.
Yep. And
Hey, let me ask you.
That's why I was
didn't
late
ask you.
today. We were polyurethaning the damn thing until like 1:30 in the morning last night.
Did you stuff insulation in the walls before you put it up?
Yep. It's I replaced the back of like the bottom 1 foot of the garage behind it that was rotting wood, and then insulated it, ran electrical, and then put the OSB boards up, and then went ahead and hand nailed the pallets in. I did a 20-foot by 9-foot wall, and now I'm going to get ready to start working on the next one.
Now you have to post on the Facebook page at least a couple pictures of what it looks like so everybody can enjoy your hard labor.
Turned out freaking awesome, and people are probably going to say, why the fuck is he doing that to a garage wall? But I spend most of my time out here. I got a dartboard, a TV, ping pong table, pool table, my beer fridge, wine fridge, the radio.
You put yourself in the garage. You don't even have a wife right now to do that for you.
No, but I don't.
put
I
yourself
don't
out
smoke
there.
in the house. But I smoke out here. So most of my time is spent out here drinking and smoking and shooting darts.
When are you going to get good at darts, though?
I'm getting better. Fuck you.
I don't even know how well you play. I haven't played against you. I played once last year. We were recording a show there.
Yeah. Is anyone still doing the dart tournament or no? At
No.
work?
Nope.
So what did they do with our money?
They're waiting to see what we're going to end up deciding to do. So
basically,
All right.
they made the dart program or tournament so ridiculously long that people gave up on it, and they pocketed all our cash.
maybe they should just buy a bunch of Yingling beer. We should have them as a sponsor. We say it so much. And just have a party
I think so. Well,
in your
actually,
garage.
they had the IT department write a dartboard app for cricket.
I just signed up for it. Did you sign up for it?
Yeah, I did sign up for it. I did not create an emoji for it yet. Are you gonna?
I didn't either.
Are you gonna do an emoji?
No, because when I tried to upload a picture of some sort, it said I had to have a WordPress account, which is a whole blogging site. I don't know why that's involved at all, but it said change profile picture, and it wouldn't let me do it. We'll find out from the brains at work.
See, the whole thing is, though, Jerry, you look like someone that would use an emoji for when they've got food poisoning and they're sick to their stomach.
You think I would do that?
That's what your emoji would look like. It would look like a sickly, ill, fucking depressed, depraved, smiling glasses. Then again, I look just like you. Fuck.
Why? Yeah. And why would you? I don't understand. Do I seem sick and depressed? I don't think I do.
No, not at all. I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah. I'm not sick at all. On the other hand, I was driving the other day, and in front of me was a crazy motorcyclist with a woman on the back, and he had this really long tassel that was hanging down from his left side handlebar, which I didn't understand because I thought that'll flip right in the front tire and screw him up. Okay. That's not the bad part. The bad part is where apparently this motorcyclist is so sick that he has a handicapped plate on his motorcycle.
What the fuck?
That's the first time I've ever seen a motorcycle with a handicap plate, and it's a big giant Harley. So I'm thinking, if you can lift that Harley around and move that thing around, you can walk from the parking lot up to the store.
I'm sorry, but you cannot be mentally challenged and get a handicap sticker for. That's the only other reason I could see is having a handicap sticker for a motorcycle would be as if you're mentally challenged. But if you're mentally challenged, there's no way you can convince the Secretary of State that you need a handicap motorcycle license plate.
You should be on a motorcycle.
Yeah,
I'm crazy, but give me a motorcycle because that's the safest
I wonder
thing.
what the excuse was.
Now, I did a little research, and I've come up with this, that they say that there are certain conditions that you can have. Okay. Like you could have a breathing condition to where you'll be out of breath from walking all the way up there.
Okay.
And things like that.
So I could use my sleep apnea to get a handicap license?
I doubt it. But this is the part I have a problem with. I understand that. You want to ride your motorcycle and you have COPD or something and you get out of breath if you walk too long. Well, why take the risk of driving a motorcycle then that you might have a problem with and have to push or do something? You're just taking advantage of everybody, I think. Just stop it. Get in your car and get a handicap sticker on that. Stop with the motorcycle.
How old was this person?
He was about black helmet years old.
Okay. I'm going to classify that as
I cannot tell.
I'm going to classify that in my douchebag category.
Road douchebags. People on the road who are douchebags.
Anyone who drives a BMW, douchebag.
I agree, because I never see anybody driving properly in an expensive car like that. They're always doing stupid shit. They're always on their phones, or they're coming into your lane for some reason, or driving way too slow.
Breaking a million miles before the light, and you just want to fucking kill them.
Or doing this stupid move, too, where they zip up real fast and then, trying to change lanes and get real fast in between two cars where there's hardly any room.
Mm-hmm.
I hate those guys, because that happened a couple of weeks ago to me, too.
You know, it's another sign of
BMW.
You know, it's another sign of a douchebag. Those
Bluetooth.
Yes. The whole Pete thing, where you don't know he's on the fucking little Bluetooth headset and talking to a client or somebody, and he just starts talking, and you think he's talking to you, and then he has to fucking do the little hand motion to say, I'm talking to somebody on my Bluetooth because I'm so cool. Yeah, fucking douchebag.
It's a hand motion of that you're doing something wrong too. It's not that he's disguising the fact that he's having a conversation. It's that you've interrupted it, you're supposed to know.
And now you're the rude one. Fuck that. Also,
but that's not Pete himself. Pete just has one.
I know, but he does it to me all the time too. He's always talking on that fucking thing, and you think he's talking to you.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, next douchebag move.
Yeah.
Those stand-up fucking workstations.
Oh, the Donald Rumsfeld standing desk, right?
Those people, you walk by and they're standing. I'm sorry, if you're standing all day, I'm standing all fucking day on the auto show floor. And you actually want to stand? You're a douchebag. Sit your fucking ass down in front of your computer. You know?
I think that they feel that they're trying to be healthy.
Yeah, well,
I think.
Healthy this up your fucking ass.
And I think that there were studies that came out that said it's not really all that, doesn't really do that much for your health. That it was just like a fad.
Makes you look like a douchebag.
Yeah. Well, you can find studies for anything, though. You could have the study that says it's the best thing ever for you, and then you have another guy that says, you'll get scoliosis from it or something. I don't know that I would want to do that. I think that the trick to not being sitting at a desk all day is to not constantly sit at the desk. And if you're on a phone call, get up and walk around.
With your Bluetooth headset and
with your
people
Bluetooth.
And then
wave off.
And walk out to your BMW. And
yeah, and get in there and then stop at a light and rev the engine. Because there's another douchebag move that you and I witnessed at lunch not too long ago. That was
hilarious. We're
at lunch. Yeah, because I'll tell it because you were the funny one. We're at lunch, and we're driving up to an intersection, and we passed a police car, and we get to the front, and there's a guy in his super race car, 1975 something, that was all jazzed up.
I think it was a Mustang.
I don't know exactly what it was, but because it didn't matter at that point, we just knew that he pulled the tailpipes off of it, or the mufflers off of it, so it could be loud as hell, and he'd sit there and run it and rev it. So this is the way I saw it, and tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
A girl was walking down the sidewalk, so then he got all like revvy with his car. Yeah. And we're looking at him, and then the car stalled. So Davin goes, this guy's going to get pulled over because now he's going to take off squealing the tires when the light turns green, and that cop back there is going to follow him.
To make up for the fact that he was in the front and he stalled in front of this hot chick.
Yeah, and it took him a while to get it restarted. It took him a few tries, too. So
I think he knew we were watching him, too.
Yeah, there was us, too. We were looking over at him. So all this social pressure he felt to be the cool douchebag, of course, he did exactly what David said. And as soon as that light turned green, he took off squealing the tires like he was at Indy 500. Like an asshole. And we just laughed. So had he known that the response was going to be laughing at him because he's so obvious.
Because he's an obvious douchebag.
He might not have wanted to do that. So nobody out there, if you're fast car drivers, just try not to make up for... These cars stall all the time. Try not to make up for it. You don't need to. We all understand that if you're tweaking with your car.
I hate the Woodward Dream Cruise when you get these people in the rice burners like the Hondas, and they put those mufflers on that make them sound like they're fast, and then they think they're a classic car, so they're in a classic Woodward Dream Cruise.
Right, they're like drifting. They're a drifter car from 5 years ago.
It's like, stop. This is...
The Dream Cruise is supposed to be about classic cars. Now, you can move these
Fast
classic
and
cars.
Furious, guys. Come on.
Because you can have a car from the 80s now that can be a classic car.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to all be like really old vehicles.
But it shouldn't. A lowered Honda Civic is not a classic car. Get it off the fucking road.
Right, a 2009. It's just so stupid. I hate that Dream Cruise anyway. I went to it once, hated it because it's so jam-packed you can't do anything but be stuck in a traffic jam.
Yep.
Not my idea of fun is to just sit there in a traffic jam. And then I don't live near there, but people who live near there. Mm-hmm. No, we skipped a whole thing because we have listeners all around the country, all around the world.
Yeah.
Woodward Dream Cruise. Woodward is a place that was known for people in the 60s to take their hot rods out and just cruise on the weekends.
Kind of like American Graffiti, the movie.
Yeah. So that happens. So every year in Detroit, they do the Woodward Dream Cruise. And people come from all over the country with their cars just to drive up and down Woodward because it's the Motor City,
It was Labor Day weekend. And then the sponsors all got involved.
Yeah. Now you've got corporate sponsors and everything. That's bullshit, too.
I've done a couple of those events. before I started doing the Concourse de Elegance in Pebble Beach, I would
Yeah.
always get stuck at the Dream Cruise doing stupid shit. LED walls and
Yeah, because they try and do drive-ins.
they do
so they'll have big projection. And,
almost like auto show booths at the Dream Cruise, to try to sell our Chrysler minivans or whatever.
yeah, and it's not all a downer. The problem is that there's just too many people to make it a fun event. It's like saying, you know what I have a lot of fun doing? I have a lot of fun standing in the TSA line for an hour. Because that's kind of what it is. You get in your car, and then you're in a giant TSA line trying to get through security.
It's usually hot as hell.
Yep. And the people who live near there can't even get to their houses.
No, it's.
And
I live pretty close. When I lived in Berkeley, we were a mile away, and they would start off at 12 Mile, which was a half a mile away, was one of the starting points for one of the. I think it might have been the Mustang Club. But all these clubs meet in different parts on Woodward Avenue, and they do their little Woodward Dream Cruise.
Yeah.
And getting around on that weekend, it's a pain in the ass. You got to go shopping. You need to cross Woodward. You're screwed.
Right. Woodward runs north and south, so if you have to go across it, east or west, to get anywhere, then you might as well just forget it. You might as well just go up to a freeway and drive across. And even then, I don't know if you'd be able to do it very easily. Are you there?
I'm still here.
Oh. I thought that the phone line dropped for a minute. You must
No.
be drinking. You must be taking a giant slug of Yingling.
I was. That and my neighbor just walked out with her little dog, and she's wearing spandex. And
Your neighbor's wearing spandex with a little dog.
this is the New York couple that moved in across the street.
She wearing spandex like Flo from Alice.
She's like 27 or 28 years old, great looking blonde, and she got a dog.
Oh,
So-
well, what's bad about that?
Well, the next step is they're gonna have kids, so I'm kind of depressed. But she's
She's married though.
yeah, she's married, but it's like every once in a while, it's like she was washing her car the other day, and you could see her from the garage. It was good. It was a good day.
It was a good day.
It was a good day.
Is Bob in the background right now?
Yeah, Bob is in the background. He's reading a book.
Ask him what he thinks of the neighbor lady.
Hey, Bob, what do you think of the neighbor lady? Did you hear him?
No, what do you say?
He said she's wonderful.
Okay. I hope the people could hear him because Bob's comments are very important.
Oh, they are. He's actually reading a Dean Koontz book right now.
Yeah?
What is the title of it, Bob? False Memory. Sounds
False Memory by Dean Koontz.
like he's gonna he's told me about it so far, and I want to read it when he's done with it. It's actually kind of creepy.
Well, it is Dean Koontz.
Yeah. But it's about this psychologist or psychiatrist that can hypnotize people.
Yeah.
And to get babes, he gets a babe in his office that has like a depression problem or something, and he hypnotizes them and convinces them that they've got more issues than they really have. And he also plants little seeds in their head to make them not go out of the house and to have sex with him only. And then he erases their memory after he has sex with them. Problem is, he finds one that videotapes them.
You don't
And-
tell the whole plot.
I'm not going to tell the whole, but it's something that I'm kind of worried about Bob because he's way too into this book. And then, the guy, when he's done with him, he kills him or gets him to commit suicide because he convinces them they've got so many psycho problems. And
So that makes me think, I wonder all the things that Bob's hypnotized you to do that you don't even know about.
he probably has hypnotized me to do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like that whole wall that you just built. You
Yeah.
thought he was helping you at the time.
Yeah.
He didn't touch anything. He stood out there and watched you. And his fake hypnotism Bob was over there doing all the sanding and stuff.
I was actually doing all the work. Yeah, right.
And he was crediting himself with some hypnosis. All that time that you think you're on the road for auto show, you're actually at home too.
I just think I'm a worker, a worker
Yeah.
bee. I really don't
Right.
do what I do. Okay.
You don't even have a job. You're at home. He's captured you like that writer in Misery. You're actually right now you're tied to a bed because he broke your ankles with a sledgehammer.
I'm going to die and he's going to get the house. He's going to be in my will.
That's Bob's master plan. Yeah.
He's smiling.
Yeah. He's actually got you fixing up the house that he's made you will to
Yep.
him.
He's going to make me fix the house up, then he's going to slowly kill me off. He's going to poison me with something. He's making me poison myself with alcohol and
He
Yingling.
gave you. You can blame him. He gave you all these problems. He gave you racism, all that stuff.
He didn't give. Well, maybe he did give me racism.
I don't know, but I have something that might be a little bit. It's not racist, but it does deal with a certain type of person.
Okay.
I've realized when I was on a job last week and there were people in a parking lot and there was a sound system and these people were dancing because it's healthy to dance, right?
Right.
I noticed during this whole 30-minute dance workout that they were doing that there was an extremely tall person there. And once I saw the extremely tall person, I realized, again, that tall people die really early.
Why is that?
I don't know. You try and find a really old, really tall person. You can't do it.
Because they're
You know what I'm talking to?
they're
Yeah.
falling off of buildings, hitting their heads on shit.
No, they just die. They're just these giants die, like Andre the Giant, dead, right? Very
Okay.
early too, like in his 40s or something like that. I spent some time with that guy Vincent Schiavelli, an actor. He was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was in Ghost. He was the ghost on the train. Get
Yeah,
off my train! That guy.
Yep.
He was in Batman. He had Marfan's syndrome. He's tall, and then he gets this thing called Marfan's that actually affects all of your joints in your body and elongates them. So you just keep getting taller and taller and older, and then you die really young.
Okay.
So it doesn't seem to be healthy to be really gigantic. You
Okay.
know?
Don't
I
midget,
mean,
don't midgets
look at
die
Hodor.
early, too?
Hodor just died this week.
Who's Hodor?
Yeah. Just the biggest news in Game of Thrones that you don't watch.
I don't watch that shit.
But everybody else in the world watches it, and Hodor, that was the big thing this week, and I just blew it for people. But if you haven't watched it in one full week, then I'm sorry. I hate to spoil it, but there you go.
You gave them a week to get caught up, and they didn't, so they
Yeah.
got screwed.
So tall people don't live very long. That's my revelation earlier, or at the end of last week.
Any other revelations?
Let me see. Do I have any other ones? There's too many poop disorders.
Too many poop disorders.
How many different ass diseases do we need to hear about on commercials on the radio and TV and everything?
Yeah, have you heard that one where they actually say the word poop?
Yes, that's why I'm saying it, because it says, talk to your doctor about your poop. You know?
Do I have your attention now? I said poop.
He doesn't even do that. He just goes on with the message of, we've created a new disease called, what was it called? You were there when we heard that together.
Oh, it's got an acronym to it.
Oh,
'cause
EEI or something like that.
that's it.
and-
That's a display company.
Oh yeah, that's right. But it's got an E. It starts with an E, like EMI or some other crazy shit like that.
It didn't exist last week, but now they came up with a pill to cure it. So now they have to convince people that they have it.
Yep. And I'm sure that when I go to my doctor, Dr. Scott in Livonia, for anybody who wants to avoid him,
Oh God!
And-
They'll send
'cause
you.
this
They'll give you
frickin-
pills. They'll send you a specialist.
yeah, because everybody who's listened before knows about my doctor's office visits and how I don't like to take a bunch of crap from doctors because they're why do I have to be punished to give them money? And then the latest in the line of annoyances is that he wants me to do absolutely everything that can make money for him.
And his
You need to
friends.
go Yeah, and his friends too. You need to go to the podiatrist. I know a guy over here. You need to go to physical therapy, and I know a person over here. And I got a call last week too. You need to go to the pain clinic. I got a guy over here. And I'm like, why do I have to keep giving money to everybody you know? How about I get a new doctor and don't do any of those things?
And all these guys are friends of his, so they're doing the same thing. Oh, you got that bunion on your foot? You should really start seeing this doctor.
Yeah, go check this guy out, who will then send you to everybody else. I don't want to go to the pain clinic. I looked up the pain clinic that he tried to refer me to, and it said long waiting periods. Doctor is hardly ever there. If he's there, you spend 5 minutes with him, and then an assistant comes in.
Was this like a Yelp review of a pain clinic?
Yeah, it was. I actually read from a few different places. There's like the WebMD reviews and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to that guy because the biggest problem with doctors is their waiting policy. I have a friend online who posted on Facebook about how she got to her appointment. It was supposed to be 4:15 in the afternoon. She was there on time, and they didn't come in and see her in the room until 6 p.m.
That's fucking bullshit.
I know, and I'm
what's
like,
the excuse?
I walk out. I don't give it even a half an hour. Once I hit that room, you got to come in and see me. I'm not going to play around with you and wait forever. So then she has a friend whose husband is a doctor who's trying to legitimize it by saying, well, sometimes people come in late and sometimes people ask too many questions. Mm-hmm. You're there at the doctor because you're supposed to be able to ask questions. Here's the real truth. Sometimes, meaning all the time, doctors overbook the shit out of the place so they can get as many people through the door as possible as fast as they can. And they're not going to turn away anybody. So if somebody shows up late, that person should have to wait, and everybody else should keep their appointment time.
Exactly.
But no, they're going to squeeze that person in so they don't leave.
Well, because they're
fuck everybody else because they don't want to. Yeah, because they don't want to lose that anything they can possibly get, like sending them to the pain clinic.
It's bad enough that we gave you a handicapped motorcycle parking permit, and you can park in front, but now you're fucking late. You can wait.
Right. I just don't get this whole idea. How about you just do something? When that particular doctor was a kid, they didn't have waiting times when he went to go see his doctor. No. You got in there, they kept your appointment time within 5 or 10 minutes, and the doctor came in and saw you. Now it's gotten to be such a fucking money cash mill, and we're supposed to feel sorry for them?
Uh-huh.
Oh, watch out, Obamacare will ruin doctor. No, it won't. These fuckers are making money hand over fist.
And they're ruining themselves because they're fucking arrogant assholes. And they're douchebags. Yeah. They go on the douchebag list.
I'm sorry to any doctors out there listening, but I do believe, I do believe that you will agree with me when I say that you constantly overbook to maximize profit.
Yeah, it's like the airlines overbooking flights, and then they have to give you a free voucher that is almost impossible to fucking cash in.
Yeah. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, here's an idea for the doctors. You got 8 waiting rooms in there. Leave one of them empty all the time in case somebody comes in late or in case you get a walk-in. Yeah. Don't double book all of them so that one small thing that happens throws everybody off by hours, because my time is just as important as your time. I don't give 2 shits if your parents paid for you to go through medical school. It doesn't mean that you're more important than anybody. My time is just as important. If I'm missing work to pay you, you should at least be courteous enough to see me in a timely manner.
And I would rather have the nurse examine me, because they know more, and the doctor, all he does is he fucking goes in and drinks his little coffee and looks on the internet of what he should give you. You know, he's going to Google, okay, well, this sounds like it might be this, and what pill should I give him? Fuck, the nurses know more than the doctors.
He's going to go in and look it up in Merck's medical guide and find out what the symptoms are and what he can possibly prescribe for you.
Just because you have a password to some medical fucking webpage doesn't make you a fucking doctor. Get a clue. You're a douchebag.
Well, actually, it does make him a doctor. It doesn't make him a genius, though.
I know, it's so true. I'm such a dick.
Yeah, but it doesn't make them better than you or a genius. They went to a different set of college classes, and it took them a couple of years longer to do it. But they learned. I mean, how many of those people can go fix a car like a mechanic? A mechanic is just a different kind of doctor.
Yeah.
They do the same shit. They go look up what's wrong with the car and they figure it out and fix it. They're not. Nobody thinks mechanics are geniuses.
No.
You know, doctors aren't that much different. It's not like all of the knowledge of medicine is in their heads and they're just recalling it every time you have a symptom. That's why they leave the room. They leave the room to go look it up, like Davin says.
Yep. Or wax their BMW in the parking lot, and then come
On their
back in-
Bluetooth.
on their Bluetooth. And as
God
they're
damn it.
standing at their stand-up workstation, fuckers. That kind of reminded me. That whole being late reminded me of one of the topics I have, which is a window a sign of giving up on your inefficiency of being on time?
Is a window. Oh, by window you mean the appointment window.
Yes. Like when you schedule the cable guy to come to your house and they give you a 4-hour fucking window.
Yes.
And
It's a complete sign of the inefficiency of your company when you have to give a window.
a window. If we ran our business like that, we'd be out of fucking business.
We don't do that. See, that's a really good point. We work in the AV business. We have very important timelines that we have to keep. Things happen on time
You've got
all the time.
11 a.m. press conference. I don't give them a window. Well, it'll be between 9 and 2.
Yeah, depending on whether or not I'm ready to set that up or if I have to get a cup of coffee or something.
No, there's
Why-
fucking
what-
deadlines,
there's-
people.
The only reason they have windows is because they overbook everything. Mm-hmm. So when was it proper to take all these different kinds of businesses like cable companies and all this stuff, and then it's allowed to be overbooked all the time and create windows? When did that happen to society? And when it doesn't happen to other professions? What did they do so special?
Oh, I don't know. Trump will cure it, though.
His tiny hands will.
His little tiny hands will cure it.
Put your magic tiny hands on this problem and fix it all up for us. Stupid.
Fucking Windows.
You know what Trump needs to go along with his tiny hands?
What?
A cape.
Oh, yes.
Because a cape, the purpose of a cape is I have no idea what a cape is for.
I thought it was to slow them down when they're flying, but there's people with capes that don't fly.
You look at all the superheroes, and many superheroes happen to have capes.
Yeah.
What's the fucking purpose? Was it because it was a fashion statement in 1941?
Does it make the swooshy sound when they land? It helps guide them for a steadier land. I don't get it.
Does it make a dramatic turn more dramatic?
Now,
Because it flips up in the air?
Which superhero do you think might be gay of all the comic book superheroes? Like hidden gay,
shit.
like not out of the closet.
Aquaman?
Aquaman is definitely. I think he's a flamer.
Yeah.
I started thinking maybe Superman, because look at the
What?
color scheme he's got going on,
The color scheme is all wrong.
and he's got the cape, and okay, he's got his flaw, which is kryptonite, and he loves ugly reporters. He's got this obsession
Yeah.
with an ugly reporter, who just runs around, and she's just like, "Save me, you!"
I think the Superman might just be a metrosexual. A metropolis sexual.
I'm
So
sorry,
to speak.
no reporter gets in that much fucking trouble all the time. She just wants to see Superman's package because he's got that fucking tight spandex thing with the package. He's gay. He's got to be gay.
Everybody can already see Superman's package with those tiny shorts he's got on.
Yeah, but
Or at least they should be. Unless you're George Reeves from the 50s when
But the whole
you just
thing is,
looked like a doll body.
and here's why I think it's the color scheme, because Batman wears a cape, but I don't think Batman's gay. I think Robin's gay. Robin wears a cape, but it's
Robin's like his little twink.
yeah, it's the color scheme. Robin's like Peppy.
You just called Peppy gay.
No, Robin's like our Peppy.
Yeah, you're still calling him gay right now.
Well, yeah.
You just said Robin was gay, and then you just said he's like Peppy.
Well, we'll call him Boy Wonder.
That's
We'll just
crazy.
wonder. We'll just wonder about that.
I don't know how. I know what you mean though. Pepe's like he's sort of like a human mascot. Like Batman's human mascot is Robin.
Yes.
It's like his little trainee, little pet, his little pet human.
But he's
And
kind of
that's
a
what you
combination of that and Scrappy Doo.
Who Pepe is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's very energetic, and they call him Pepe for a reason. Although it's technically, and I want everybody who listens who's in the warehouse to know this, it's spelled P-E-P-E with the apostrophe over the last E, because it's like Pepe, like he's Hispanic.
Yeah. Like, underlay, riba, epa, yeah. Chicka.
Just like that. And it's for no reason, really. It's just to keep him from... It's pretty much just to keep him from thinking that Pepe, meaning what you guys named him, Pepe, because he's full of pep, and he's fast. He's very peppy. I think it's funnier if we just change it to Pepe, because it's meaningless.
Do you remember Pele?
Right now, they're all arguing with me in their heads.
Yeah, they are. It's like, hola, Jerry.
Hola, Jerry. No. I wanted to start calling him Preemie, because he's so small.
He's so cute.
But that would be mean.
I just want to hug him. Put him up on a shelf and save him for later.
And I do remember Pele. He used to hit the soccer ball with his head a lot.
And do the scissor kicks and all that stuff.
All that shit, yeah.
Yeah, the
He
Pepe
was the
and
most
Pele
famous guy.
remind me of that. So they're bringing back Berkeley has like USFL soccer now, or some kind of soccer going on, and now
Berkeley what? Berkeley College?
Berkeley, Michigan.
Berkeley,
So
Michigan.
Soccer
Okay.
is coming to Detroit in this area, in this region, and I think it's a lot of the European influence. But
Yeah.
but now, like we're doing the LED screens out at that Utica baseball stadium that's now out there.
Yeah.
So they're bringing all these minor league teams back, and I think it's a great idea. It'll bring people back. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea, too, because I know my brother's one of them that goes down to Toledo to watch the minor league team. They say it's a lot of fun. And I've gone to watch the minor league hockey that's out in, where's that at? Novi?
Yeah.
That's great. You go watch these guys play hockey, what are they, the Sharks, right?
And they care. They're not.
Yeah, they care so much that they're a bunch of peppies out there
Yeah.
running around smashing into each other. It's a
like
great time.
I think once they get their millions is when they stop giving a shit.
It's the Whalers, not the Sharks. It's been a
Whalers,
while.
yep.
Yeah, because for the last 5 years I've never been home in the winter to go watch them, so I had to think about the name. But if anybody is in the Detroit area, you should go see the Plymouth Whalers. Those guys are fantastic to watch.
And once the park opens up, go see the Utica Unicorns.
Is it really the Unicorns?
Yeah, good family night out.
Oh, no. The Unicorns, really?
Yes.
All right.
And all these places have sponsors now. I think Jimmy John sponsors that park.
Yeah.
Weren't you
Well,
Weren't you telling me today that you were watching Jeopardy and they've got sponsors now?
Yeah, that was on my list, too. I'm watching Final Jeopardy last night, and I hadn't seen it for a long time, and they go through the Final Jeopardy, and the winner just wins. They all stand behind these lecterns, and the two people who lost now have a big, giant sign that says "Leave" on their lectern. Like, you got a headache because they lost.
It's appropriate.
Yeah, but really, Jeopardy? Now you got to sell ad space on the fucking Jeopardy lecterns? You don't need to do that. Stop it.
They should promote that poop disease on there.
Yeah, right. It just says, talk to your doctor about your poop. God. Soccer.
Oh.
We've had Major League Soccer in the United States before, because one of my early broadcast jobs was for ESPN. Mm-hmm. And do you remember at the Pontiac Silverdome in Michigan, they wanted to play on a soccer field, and it's designed for football.
Right.
And they wanted real grass. So it was a big national story, because what they ended up doing was they designed this system to where they put these octagon-shaped containers, put dirt in them, and grew grass in these octagon shapes. Then they could drive them in on forklifts and lay them out, and it would be like 3 feet higher than the regular floor, but it would be all natural gas. They linked or grass. They linked them all together, and they were the first place that was going to play this Major League Soccer game. And I actually have, I actually have somewhere. I have the press kit that I had. I have 2 of these press kits, and inside them they had these velvet bags with these crystal containers with a Major League Soccer card inside of it from Topps or whatever it was.
Okay. You know what that's worth right now?
I have no idea. Years ago, I looked in.
Fucking nothing.
Well, it could be worth a lot because it's an oddity, because it never actually took off, and
nobody cares about it.
The reason why is because it's a name brand company like Topps or whatever, that one Top Shelf or whatever the hell it was called.
Yeah.
There's like 2 big
Tops. Yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 big ones. There's one of the 2 of them. I haven't looked at that for years. I should find that again. Yes. So Jeopardy sucks. Soccer maybe making a comeback. I don't know.
There's douchebags out there that drive BMWs. And
Superman's a metrosexual.
It's true, and he wears a cape.
I say he's a metrosexual because look at his hair. It's perfect all the time.
Yep.
Superman ice cream is stupid. That's what we can end on when Superman's coming up.
Why don't you like Superman ice cream? I think it's awesome.
It's a gimmick.
It is.
It's just a colorful ice cream that they had. What's Bob saying back there?
Oh, Paul just showed up.
Paul from the Wonder Years?
Paul from the Wonder Years just showed up.
Nice. Ask him if he likes Superman ice cream or if he thinks it's just a sham.
Hey, Paul, do you like Superman ice cream or do you think it's just a sham? What? He's whispering. He's Paul whispering in the background.
We don't need him whispering.
The question is, what do you like Superman ice cream or no?
No.
No. Okay.
I like Wonder Years Paul already. I've never met him, and now I like that he's on my side because it's
wearing
bullshit.
A fucking purple polo shirt. I think Paul might be a metrosexual too.
Really? Ask him if he has a cape.
Do you have a cape, Paul? A cape? No, he does not have a cape. Not with him.
Yeah.
It's in his trunk of his BMW.
Next to his Bluetooth.
Next to his Bluetooth, yep.
Well, tell me he needs a cape with a purple shirt, that's for sure. Well, you know what? This show went by pretty fast.
Yeah, it did.
And you've got...
I'll have to post some pictures of my garage and all that other stuff. We'll do shout-outs to all the people next week that listen. And next week we'll talk about some... Hopefully we'll have a guest next week.
Yeah, we could do that. We'll work that in one of these days. It's just that it's been so tiring lately that you want to get home.
Exactly.
It's easier to do the show. There's some rules, though. We can never post a picture of Bob in the background because we need that to be a mystery.
Okay.
Yeah. And I never want to see a picture of Paul from the Wonder Years either because it'll ruin everything.
Yep. Because you've got an image in your head of what Paul from the Wonder Years looks like.
Yeah, just a grown-up version of that kid, but still with the glasses and still skinny.
Yeah.
I probably look like Paul when I was younger.
He says he probably looks like him when he was younger.
I hope so. Because if we ever have to see Paul in person, then we need to have him bring those old pictures to prove who he is. Anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in.
Guys, share the episodes. Yeah. You guys have been doing a great job of downloading older episodes and keeping us relevant.
Yes. Even though we're saying nothing ever. But hopefully it's a lot of fun, and everybody make sure to enjoy your Memorial weekend, and don't forget the memory parts of the memorial.
Yep, and dead soldiers for everybody.
Okay, ruin it, Davin. I got all nice, and you ruined it.
I had to.
All right. See you later, guys.
Papa Willie.